Saturday, November 1st, 5:03 p.m. New York time. Welcome back, investors, winning Wall Street's money. Going to go over currencies and crypto. Past Wednesday, the Federal Reserve voted and reduced the interest rates by 1/4. Changing the interest rates often affects the currency for that country. Also, the statements the Federal Reserve made, less likely they were lower interest rates in the next meeting, the last meeting of this year, December. Typically, when you lower interest rates, that nation's currency declines. We'll first look at the US dollar index. 3 grids, 3 time frames. The far right is the monthly, the middle is the weekly, and the left is the daily. Since we just finished the monthly, on the far right, the candle made a reverse. Higher high, higher low. Closed green, big body, bullish body. So one would think more likely we're going to test this swing point right here. That's a key level. Momentum is bullish bias up here. That blue line. We'll look at the individual currencies, compare them as well too, inside the index. The middle chart, the weekly, we broke outside of these inside candles. 2 weeks in a row, we had these inside candles. We finally broke out of them. Again, strong body. Momentum to the upside to this key level, that swing point, which is inside this huge consolidation, this gray area. And the daily charts. Look at that. Beginning of the week, testing this trend line again, and the momentum's up. Gunning towards this swing point. Let's go look at the currencies inside the US dollar now. First, we'll look at the euro. It's the largest weighted average in the US dollar index. For the month, lower low, lower high. Weekly chart, broke a swing point and closed below it. And now it's just above a demand zone where buyers stepped in the past. Daily chart also broke a swing low, broke a demand zone. And look at this, another key demand zone right down here. Still inside this huge consolidation. So potential buyers. Use caution. Go to the second largest currency in the US dollar index, the yen. Monthly chart, huge bearish body. Broke below the swing area, very bearish. Weekly chart in the middle, look at that. Broke again below that big bearish red body. And the midpoint right here on that big wick. Broke below it, testing now a trend line. And already you see some minor buyers stepping in there. And the daily chart on Friday, inside candle, dodgy candle, the bottom of a trend. That means potential 2 things, either halfway point or potential reversal, meaning halfway point, then we might continue lower and we're just at the halfway point, or again, potential reversal. Well, key level right here again. Look at the weekly here, testing a trend line, an inside candle. Let's go to the next currency, the third largest currency in the US dollar index, the British pound. Monthly chart, yeah, broke below that swing point. Again, big bearish body. Weekly chart also broke below a swing point. Big sell-off. Daily chart. A lot of red this week. Lower lows, lower highs, and big wicks in the bottom the past few weeks. Buyers willing to step in when the momentum is still bearish. But some people believe it's a value here, and they're speculating, they're buying here. Go to the next third largest. Let's go to the next currency in the US dollar index. Australian dollar. Red for the week. Red for the month. Lower low, lower high. Notice big wick here. Buyers stepping in there. So it's been strong. From here, the bottom of the year, consolidation, breakout. Yeah. So buyers still defending it. One reason why, the nation of Canada, nation of New Zealand, the nation of this one for Australia is heavily weighted towards commodities. They have a huge mining industry. Strong metals like gold often help strong currencies. So again, that's helping the Canadian dollar hold up. The weekly chart. Look at this one. Bearish pin bar after gapping above the prior inside candle. And the far left, the daily charts. Yep. Right there. That big wick, declining, and buyers stepping in here, holding it. So again, consolidation, breakout, consolidation. Let's go on to the next currency. Canadian dollar, neighbors to the north. Trend is down the monthly, lower lows, lower highs. Weekly, again, look at that big bearish pin bar right here. Past few weeks, buyers been stepping in here, big wicks, almost like a short squeeze up here, and huge rejection on the weekly. Makes sense. And the daily chart on the far left. Let's remove these, no longer valid. So the daily chart. Just a minute. There we go, zoom in. Bearish pin bar, massive sell-off. Buyers stepping here on the dip. Again, makes sense. Correlation to gold. On to the next currency. Swiss franc. It's considered one of the safe haven currencies, along with the US dollar, Japanese yen, and has been proving it this year. Look at here on the monthly on the far right. Strong demand. And closing inside candle for the month. Very interesting. Potential reversal on that inside candle. Solid body equivalent to a red. Middle chart weekly. Big bearish body. Big sell-off. Expect that or potential go down here to a swing point. And the daily chart. Yep, a lot of red. Kind of the key swing point. Okay, on to the next currency. Mexican peso. Nearest to the south. For the month, inside candle. Look how strong they've been for the year. Here's the low of the year. Took off like a rocket ship. Inside candle. Last month was the high of the year. Middle chart, weekly. Consolidation. Staircase pattern, higher, higher. Now, here, all that's red candles, big dodgies, big wicks. Potential distribution. Potential downside target here. And Friday, inside candle. Quite a few inside candles on the daily charts. On different time frames, but still interesting. Starting the second month of the last quarter of the year. Let's go to the next. Chinese yuan. Now this one, this is the pair that's on the Forex market. It doesn't trade on the futures market. Currency pair. So when it declines, stronger yuan, Chinese yuan. Yeah. So the monthly chart here. Declining prices near the lows of the year, giving strength to the Chinese yuan. with these little bodies here, big wicks on the top and bottom. Very suspicious how this is. Indecision, a lot of indecision here. Again, it makes sense because the meeting and policy that was not signed, there was no signed agreement between the United States president or the leader of China. There's a handshake deal where the United States signed agreements with Canada, signed agreements with other nations. And the middle chart, weekly, bullish pin bar. Potential reversal here. Again, if it goes up, it would be strengthened for the dollar. Swing point here. And the daily chart, strong the last few days. Reversal. On to the next one, crypto, Bitcoin. So the last one, monthly, made an all-time new high. Huge rejection, huge wicks. Makes sense. Look at this, all this. Less buyers up here. Like short squeezes, but no momentum to continue holding up there. That's more bearish. And the weekly chart. Yeah. Staircase pattern, lower low. Very similar to the NASDAQ 100. Correlation. And the daily chart of crypto, inside candle. Thank you as always, spending just a little time with me. That's it for the video. Thank you for watching.